Well, how y'all doing? Make y'all a quick update video, or not so quick. There's a lot to talk about, I guess. So, getting the shop cleaned up. Everything's still kind of clustered and got a lot of stuff going on in here. Just like that's like my work radio or outside radio or whatever. It's got Bluetooth and it hooks up to a 12-volt car battery. I built that a while back. Actually, the back of the dozer seat rubbed a hole in that plastic right there, believe it or not. Hard plastic, rubbed a hole in it and smashed the center of the speaker in, knocked the magnet off the back of it. That was a good sounding speaker too. It sucked, but the other three are still good, and I got like more of those. It's not a big deal. Got my welder cart, my welder situation. I need to mount a fire extinguisher on a pole on each side. Or figured mount one on this pole somehow with a hose clamp and a little hanger deal, and mount another one somewhere, I don't know, but I want to be safe about stuff in here. Not that it's, it's all concrete and metal. There ain't a whole hell of a lot that'll burn in here. But so, got my first engine to rebuild, an actual like customer engine. I'm going to give this a shot. I think I'm going to start building engines and try to, well, this one is a good friend of mine. It's going to be in a derby truck or derby car. I don't know what it's going in. Something for a demo derby. So nothing real fancy, but it's got to be good and strong, and it's got to be tough. And it's an old 010 casting 4-bolt main. Haven't started pulling it apart and looking at it yet. This is the way I got it, but more on that later. I'm just getting ready to start on that. I've been trying to kind of clean up the shop and organize stuff. Mounted a couple lights up here. Still got to move some things around. I want to put the 302 underneath it here and put that other transmission not there, like somewhere else. I don't know. The engine stands kind of just at random over here. I need to move some stuff around, maybe eliminate some stuff. My buddy gave me these cabinets and stuff. I got customers' engine parts in there and gaskets and just random stuff. And being able to utilize space wherever I can is kind of the goal here. So, got to rebuild that engine. The T-bucket's awesome. It's leaking power steering fluid out the steering rack. It's got a power steering rack and pinion on it, which can probably be converted over to manual, except for that one pulley looks cool. Got some extra chrome on it. Now, it could be manual steering, but I really like the power steering. But Grandpa says the same thing that I say. Damn steering's too fast. It's twitchy. So it might get converted over one day. But enough about this. Been working on the shop. Got, like I said, my buddy Jeff donated them cabinets and these two doors. And that door's real heavy. This door is real heavy. It's a solid door, and I mean, it's all I could do to lift it up there. It's no joke. But this is the head bench. This is where I'm going to do all my porting and head work, rebuilding heads and stuff like that. I'm actually still working on these heads. Them are just kind of in my spare time. Every now and then I'll go work on them a little bit, and these are going to be some good flowing heads. Like some real good flowing heads. But big chamber heads is the key there. That's for another project, another day, another time. Like I said, these engines, I want to be able to stuff some engines under there. And there's a metal beam under there that connects the legs of that table. I'm thinking about just putting some gussets in it, bracing it up or something, taking that metal beam out, and then just attaching the table that door is sitting on to the wall right there. Just like one screw into that post would hold it from moving. That way I can roll them engines all the way further back under there. I think I could, if I didn't have the radiators and stuff back there, I could probably, lift that up over and roll it back, put another one beside it, and stick that transmission right beside it over that crank and all my aluminum setting. That's an old 350 crank under there. It's still good. But yeah, I got some shelving going on, some different stuff. I got an upstairs now. I don't know if y'all seen that yet. I've been quite busy actually. I guess I'll go show you upstairs. This ladder is temporary, but yet it's not temporary. It doesn't move at all. It's anchored in pretty good. I carry stuff up here, and then I got tired of carrying stuff up there, so I just put that chain hoist up there, and it goes almost probably 2 foot off the floor. That's how I got the TV up there. Dropped it once. Seriously, it was all the way, the top of the TV was about this far over the floor, and I was trying to push the TV out to get the handles up over the lip, and one of the handles broke, and I had a ratchet strap going from, that handle broke. I had a ratchet strap going from the hook I was hanging it from, the hoist, around this handle, straight over through that handle, and then back to the hoist. So when it broke, it had, like, you know, a lot of slack in it, and it just went boom onto the, there's a piece of plywood laying down there I had it sitting on, because there's only one of me. So I had to attach the TV and then hoist it up here. And it dropped, and it broke the corner of it, but the TV's perfectly fine. Still got a great picture on it. It was already broken when I got it, and I put a piece of duct tape on it. Well, now it's broken a little more, so I need to take that tape off and put a bigger piece of duct tape on it. Still works perfect. Got me a little coffee table, got a couple chairs, got an Xbox 360 and a computer, a couple amps, got my speakers up here and some pictures. It's pretty decent, and yeah, if you're a carpenter, I know not the right type of flooring, and see how much I care. But yeah, I got to reach up to touch this ceiling. I got plenty of headroom up here. Matter of fact, you cannot touch that ceiling in the middle. That TV is 5 foot across. It's a big TV. I don't know what size it is. I think like 65 inch or something. But yeah, I built all this and got me a loft set up here. This is going to be, I plan on putting these lights are temporary. These were the shop lights that I put up there, and it was like really tall, and I didn't like doing it. And now I got to take them down and move them, because they work good for up here, but you know, I'd like to put a desk up against this wall right here, or right here somewhere, and have like a little editing studio. That means I got to take my big computer out of the house, and I'd rather not do that. But yeah, plenty of headroom underneath this too, by the way, if anybody was wondering. I need an ashtray for up here too, or I need to quit smoking. And there's my old cell phone. Broke the crap out of that thing. Didn't mean to. It just, I don't even remember what happened, but it got broke one day. And then I put tape over it. And it worked for a little while, and then it got broke some more. So I got to retrieve all the data off of that, get my text messages and all my contacts and stuff somehow, without being able to use the screen. It still turns on, but it thinks you're like just pushing buttons and stuff on the screen. So it starts just immediately freaking out, thinking if I can hook a USB up to it and maybe break the screen a little more to where it quits doing that. I don't know. But yeah, the shop still leaks. Like, I had it rained one time and it didn't leak at all. And I was like, wow, because it was leaking right there. Right where that seam is right there, it was leaking right there, like a lot, like pouring out of there. And then it quit leaking there. I mean, it still dripped there. It just wasn't leaking as bad. And then it was leaking off that beam, like right directly off that beam, right there. It wasn't dripping down the beam, it was dripping right off that beam. It was weird. And then it stopped leaking there altogether, and then it started leaking over here, dripping right there off of that beam. And then it rained one time, it didn't leak at all. And then it rained again, and then it leaked there, over there on the corner, it was running down the wall, and then right there it was leaking. So it's like it leaks at random. I think it might be a temperature thing, because it was wet over here in the corner, acting like it wanted to drip right there, but it was never really dripping, and there wasn't anything on the floor over here. So now if it leaks, it's going to really piss me off. But I've been trying to get these jokers I bought this building off of. Paid way too much for this building for what it is, first off. Second, got the wrong door. That roll-up door jams every now and then. The roof leaks like crazy every now and then. It leaks at random in different places. It's weird. The building's not square. I learned that the hard way when I was building this loft. And the poles are temporary, but just I really didn't need them. But at the same time, you know, because it is, I cut angle iron brackets. Where is it? Angle iron right here. I cut a bunch of them up and drilled a bunch of holes in them to where I could anchor it to the wall or to the stud, and then anchor the wood to that, you know, drill up through the bottom with some screws. And I did that, you know, all the way around. Here's one I could show you. And it just pretty much, the wood just kind of hangs out, and it's attached with a couple screws on the bottom, each place all the way around. And then these poles, I figured I don't want all the weight of that just sitting on them little studs or poles, whatever, box tubing, bull crap. So I put these poles in, and the plan is that pole I'm going to move back a little further eventually. And these two poles, like I figured they'd be in my way, but so far nothing's in my way, nothing's bugging me. And like I said, I used the wrong type of flooring, well, for a reason. One, it was super cheap, so I bought some of it. Two, it's lightweight compared to normal flooring. It's only 7/16, so it's not that thick. It doesn't weigh that much. I did 2 foot up centers on everything. I can walk around up there just fine. It does what I want it to. I know you're not supposed to do 2 foot centers, but hey, wood costs money. Everything costs money. And some of these boards are from old concrete forms. I reused them. There's nothing wrong with them. And then some of them I had to buy new because I didn't have enough. The plan was eventually I wanted 1 foot centers and get more hanger brackets. I need 24 more hangers and 12 more 2x6s by 10 footers. So if I put, you know, 12 on each side, 12 on each side, and then run the 2x6s down, I'd have 1 foot center. And then it would be real strong, but it would be, you know, twice as heavy. So I planned on doing that, and now I think I might just take a board every now and then and just put a 2 foot board in between the seams all the way down across, just to kind of reinforce it. And, you know, maybe where the plywood joins together right here and it's nailed, and then, you know, it's only got 3/4 of an inch on each side, I might just run a 2x4 down each side of it to reinforce that. Like, or I could do nothing and it's fine, because I've been walking around up there. That TV weighs like 250 pounds, not even joking, not kidding. It's a heavy TV. Like, I can barely lift it by myself. It took 2 people to carry that thing into my van, and it wasn't funny getting it out of the van to in here to over there to up there. So, and I dropped it twice so far. Once off the hoist, and then the TV mount that came with it, guy swore up and down, yeah, that's the mount for that TV. And I'm looking at it like, yep, there's no way that's holding that TV, because that TV weighs more than I do, no joke. So I hung it on that mount, and I was, you know, it almost held the weight of it for about 0 seconds. Like, I wasn't even done clipping it on the mount, and it just went snap, and I dropped it. So I made my own mounting system and just mounted that damn thing to the wall. And I guess I can show you how I did that real quick. And I made it to where it's easily removable if I ever want to take it off. It's just kind of pinned in there. But there's a 2x4 just sits behind it to keep the back kicked out to get however much tilt I want on it. It's definitely attached to the wall a lot. There's the old mount that broke, by the way. Definitely attached to the wall good. And then it's just got a couple of these little brackets that's made for holding antennas or something on radio towers. I got like bags and bags of them that people throw away, and then there's a hole drilled in this angle iron and then just a bolt stuck through it, so it's like pinned in there. So all you got to do, and it's like a C channel type mount, if you can see it. So all you got to do is just like pull that pin out, and you can set one side of it down, pull the other pin out, set the other side down safely. take it on and off the wall. And it's not going anywhere. It's rock solid. So that's what it takes to hold that TV on the wall, because it is literally that heavy. But anyway, enough of that. I guess I will, I don't have an SD card reader out here, so I have to go inside to upload this video. But yeah, I figured I'd give you all a shop tour and show you what I've been up to. And yeah, pretty much just been cleaning up stuff, organizing stuff tonight, and getting ready to start tearing that engine down probably tomorrow and see what it needs. It's already like 11:30 at night. I don't want to start on it tonight, but then again, you never know, I might. It's hard telling. But supposedly it's a good running engine or something that smoked, or I don't know. It was in a mud truck and had the crap run out of it from the sounds of it, so shouldn't be that hard to rebuild it and get her going again. Good enough for a derby motor anyway. But now, you know how I build engines. I'll take my time and do it right and make sure everything's right on it, and probably do a little bit of oiling mods just to make it flow oil a little better and maybe make it last. I mean, the guy's going to beat the crap out of it. It's a derby motor, so yeah, we'll see what we can do with it, and there'll be more videos on that later. Sorry about the long video. There's just like a lot to talk about, I guess. Starting to get somewhat organized. Problem is, by the time I get off work, I get out here and then I can't run my little impact driver to attach stuff to the wall, or to put a screw in something, or I can't use like things that make noise, because there's a noise ordinance around here. And you know, I got neighbors and stuff around here, not real close, but close enough to where I don't want to piss them off all the time. So, you know, after 9 o'clock at night, I try to be quiet, which means no power tools, no hammer, no, you know, gotta kind of be quiet. Stereo's gotta be way turned down. It sucks. Like, I wish I could have more time out here. So I could be noisy and crank my stereo up. So yeah, and it's cool because if the coffee table ain't in the way, you could sit in the tea bucket and watch a movie from down here, and it's kind of like a drive-in. I need a, what I really need is a wall that off and put a big white screen on it and put a projector, put a projector up there and have a great big screen in here. One day if I win the lottery, I might do that. So, y'all take her easy, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.